are checking out Watton Tarbell. How do you pronounce that?
Watton Tarbell.
Watton Tarbell Undertaker. You want to break it down? What we're looking at here?
Sure. So this was the Undertaker's office built in 1879. My name's Sean Lipinski. My daughter and son Wyatt and Abby own this place. It's now an espresso shop, so where they used to put you to rest now wakes you from the dead. It is an original building. It has original walls, original floors, which y'all are going to see. It even has a trapdoor that goes down to the pit where they used to store the bodies because it's really hot up here and it's really cold underground. We have a lot of artifacts inside that were dug up when the building owner had to replace some floors. And we have some very active activities that go on in here and ghost hunts that go on frequently.
Love it.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
All right.
Let's check it out. All right. All right.
So walking inside, the floors are all original, but up front, these are the original adobe walls. It's one of the only buildings that did not burn in Tombstone, Arizona, and the fires that they had because it was made out of adobe. And some people even have come in and created little holes so they can dig on our little mud bricks right here. But as you can see, they just flake right out. We have original artwork on the wall from a number of different local artists. We do like to support them and take care of them. But one of the best things that we have is what's on the other side of the wall. So,
what is on the other side of the wall?
Real quick. Do want to show you a couple of interesting things, just so that you have the originality of the place. If you notice on the floor, the spaces and the gaps, there's no nails on the floor. There's all of these tin pieces on the floor. There's not a lot of wood around here in Tombstone, so when the floor broke, they had to replace it with tin. And this particular spot right here was actually replaced with a railroad beam. So
wow.
Cut up a railroad beam and they did it. Right where we're standing is where a guy named Mike likes to hang out. Mike was a cowboy here in town. Somehow he met his demise, but he hangs out in this hallway right here. And very frequently at night, we have people stand in our windows around 11 o'clock. They videotape in from outside of the street, and they can see a very tall black shadow, and he likes to point at them.
Okay.
Back here, this is where the Undertaker did his stuff. So, we're going to get to the coolest part last, but we'll go to the back first. This area right here was where they parked the hearse. This used to be outside. This is the original tin walls from Mr. Watt's house. He actually lived on the back. Now it's our bathroom, a beer cooler, a lot of really cool things behind there, and you can see what the actual original outside of the walls looked like before they got painted over. And we have original windows, and we have the original posts out here. So the rest of this was added lately.
Is the tin walls to keep it cool in here?
No, the tin walls were actually what was on the outside siding of Mr. Watt's living quarters. So this tin's been here since 1879.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we do get activity back here. The activity that's back here, though, actually is an indigenous female. She's dressed up in indigenous Native American clothes. And she is very fond of tugging on men's shirts, sometimes to the point where they can't even take a step until they ask her permission to move. That's happened several times. And there is one entity back here that's very fond of throwing things at people.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to getting scared out of my mind with one of those activities.
So this area right here, which has the original roof that was in here, this is actually where they drained the blood out of the bodies. So they would hoist them up on that metal hoist right there. They would gravity drain the blood out of them. And there's actually a hardwood exhaust port up there because when the blood coagulated, they had a wood stove here, and the wood stove would heat the bodies up to make the blood easier to get out of them.
Wow. All right.
In here, light on. We have the original front of this side of the building right here. We have an entity whose name I believe is Stan, and he does not like females very much, so they have a hard time making it through this little foyer right here. But these are some of the artifacts that were dug up. This right here is a complete set of blood and embalming kits and bottles that were dug up from underneath the building, as well as artifacts that were dug up as well at the same time. So some really cool things is we have a pretty decent collection of laudanum bottles that were found here. Most of these bottles are all modern, but everything on this shelf was original and found underneath here, as well as a doctor's medical kit for creating painkillers.
But you're telling me that Doc Holliday was not drinking Corona Extra?
No, Doc Holliday wasn't, but, you know, he probably was drinking a little bit of, you know, Patron. And the one last
Screw that, I'm a Herradura
this is
fan.
kind of our altars. So we do have a cooperage in town. It's run by Matt. It's the Tombstone Cooperage. They make original barrels. This particular barrel is when we're enticing the ghosts to come out. We leave them poker cards, we leave them bullets, cigarettes, even a little pack of moonshine right here, just so that they are enticed to come out.
Nice.
And then
what's with the toys on the ground?
So there is a small boy here whose name is Danny.
Okay.
Danny is very fond of playing with things. So this is Scare Bear and his little ball. Say hi, Scare Bear. Hello. And his little ball. We tend to come in here in the mornings and we'll find Scare Bear in different locations and we'll find the ball kicked across the room. So it's a cute little boy. He tends to like hanging out in this area. Never seen him come up to the front, but he is a very prominent figure that we have here in the building when people ghost hunt.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then the final thing that I'll show you is the kind of really creepy one. So back when they built the building, with all these mud bricks, you had to get the mud from somewhere. So they dug this gigantic pit underneath the building, well before the building was built. After the building was built over the top of it, they smoothed it out, they finished it, and this is the place where they stored the bodies while they were waiting on the Undertaker to take it. And it is still an actual original trapdoor to everything underneath.
Okay. We're not going down there, are we?
No. Not unless you want to.
I'm digging it so far. Right now, I am not feeling like going down in there. Is that, do you think, like, during the ghost tour, is that something we should do, though?
I think as long as it's a ghost tour that's with you and it's your company, yeah, you can have access to it.
Okay.
Go down, set up cameras, whatever it is that you want to look at. We did have a paranormal team come in from Goose Mountain, and they said there were some pretty frightening things that they felt coming out of there. So they didn't go into it. But it is a really neat building. And it's got a lot of history to it, being one of the original buildings. Connected to Doc Holliday's next door, which was the Wells Fargo office. There's a lot of strange things that happen.
Where I just had
some personal experience.
I just had my first legit ghost experience over there at Doc Holliday's. Yes, I'm still getting chills even thinking about that.
But we look forward to Paracon 2023 here for the Wild West, and we have ghost hunts on Saturdays. We're part of the touring packages and part of the team that are supporting Paracon, and looking forward to supporting you and letting you come in and spend some time here.
That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. So, okay, let's turn this around. We're going to wrap this up then. Kevin, the name of the company here again?
This is Undertakers Espresso Bar and Cafe in Tombstone, Arizona.
And you are, in fact, a Marine Corps veteran, are you not?
I am a retired U.S. Marine.
Retired even. Retired U.S. Marine. Me being an Army soldier myself, I still have to have that natural hatred of you. But obviously, we all know still when it comes down to it, same team, right? Same team, brother. I thank you so much for this. I'm looking forward to this next weekend and everything we're going to be doing. Everyone out there, definitely come down here and support this place. Awesome, dude. This is really, thank you so much, man. This is awesome. Remember, you can always check this out. Double tap that like and subscribe, everybody, and share us out there with everybody, because you don't got to be a veteran to enjoy this content. Just don't get butthurt. You've been warned.
Open the door.